welcome to episode 77 of the Character Unlocked podcast. I am your host this week, Brooker, as is me. And joining me, as always, is my good buddy John. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good. Although it's not as always, although most people don't have the kind of memory to remember the time when I wasn't on. But it wasn't actually that long ago.
You've only not been on, like, once.
And you've only not been on maybe twice, at most. At a push.
In 77 episodes, not including, like, EA specials and shit. E3 specials and shit.
Yeah. It's a good thing we're not doing that anymore.
I did not have the fucking energy for that shit this year. And E3 was so shit as well.
Yeah, I didn't even... I don't think I actually stayed up to watch any of the E3 stuff.
Nope, I watched the stuff that was on while I happened to be awake, and then the rest of it I had on in the background at work. I didn't bother fucking staying up till 3 in the morning. But there was no Sony. EA sucked. It's just, yeah.
Microsoft was basically just them showing off the future and then turning around and saying, oh, by the way, it's not going to happen for a long time because we haven't even really got an idea of what it is ourselves.
Yep. But so you got to hear the phrase, world premiere, like 23 times.
A lot.
Yeah. Because everybody loves a world premiere. I'm just going to keep saying it.
I think you should.
World premiere. No, lost it.
No.
I don't know where we go from here.
I don't know. We could, in theory. I'm alright.
Have you had a good couple of weeks since the last podcast?
I technically haven't really even played anything since the last podcast, based entirely on the fact that I was away on holiday.
Nice.
So it was like, well, the only thing I can really do when I'm on holiday is play Football Manager at a push. So
nice.
It's not. I can't really add to this today's stuff. It's a good thing we've got other things to talk about.
Yeah, true. Well, should we just crack on and talk then, instead of doing the whole... Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it, I could have segued in from E3.
You easily could have done.
Motherfucker.
I was going to drop in and say, look, like, we're at a point where you just mentioned E3 for no reason other than the fact that E3.
Yeah. God damn it. Let's forget all that happened and just say E3. Right, E3, one of my favourite bits of E3 this year, and one of the bits I know you care very little about because it was Bethesda, was the announcement for Ghostwire Tokyo. Because it looks fucking cool. Kind of this spooky action thriller thing. Funnily enough, set in Tokyo. Made by Tango Gameworks, so Shinji Mikami's company, the guys that made The Evil Within. Obviously Shinji Mikami's the guy that done Resident Evil. But at E3, instead of Mikami did come out, but instead of him being the focus of the talk, it was his, let's say, protege, and I do hope I don't butcher her name because she's like super cool. I think her name's Ikumi Nakamura. And she was like a walking, talking bottle of champagne. She was just like super bubbly. It was fucking hilarious. She was great. I've never ever seen energy like that out of somebody at E3 because everybody else is usually kind of fuck yeah, and she was just on speed and cocaine and just high on life, and she was awesome.
I was going to say, I'm pretty sure most of the people who present at E3 are on cocaine. She was like just living the best life. She was that kind of person who wakes up in the morning and doesn't need coffee.
Yeah.
But she's also the sort of person, she wakes up in the morning and doesn't need coffee, but she drinks it anyway, and that's what happens.
But she drinks 12 cups of the strongest shit she can find.
Like,
and that's how she ends up dancing around on the stage in LA.
She is literally made of coffee beans.
Yeah.
If you walked near her, you would get high.
Absolutely. Kind of person I can quite happily sit and talk to, actually. I like people like that. But yeah, so I was looking at her LinkedIn, and I'll get to why in a second. But yeah, she done environment work for Akami back in the day.
Wouldn't that have been Bayonetta as well, then?
She did do Bayonetta, yeah. She was... what was she? Oh, she was a concept artist for Bayonetta.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because they're roughly the same fucking design.
Yep. And she done work on The Evil Within and Evil Within 2.
Okay, those are very different.
Yeah, yeah, they are, yeah. Uh, but she again, she's done character design, enemy design, environment design, stuff like that. And I think she created the logo for it because in Japan, I believe it's called Psycho Break. It's not called The Evil Within. So she changed the logo up and she done all the work on that.
Okay.
Uh, and then she was running as creative director for Ghostwire Tokyo. So this was the first game that was her game. She wrote the story, she done the characters and scenarios. She designed the characters, she done the concept art, the creature art, everything like that. And Monday, I think, she's left, not leaving, she's left Tango Gameworks,
Oh.
which is a real shame. I think the thing I was reading said Shinji Mikami is going to be taking over and carrying on with the game. So hopefully it's in good hands. But it seemed. So the thing I read, so she put a post up, and just after 9 years as creative director and art director at Tango and ZeniMax, obviously they're the guys that own Bethesda and Tango Gameworks. I felt this is the end of the journey. I learned a lot from talented people I work with and I respect. Contact me if anyone wants to work with me. And that's literally all she wrote. Uh, that that doesn't sound like, I'm going off on my own because I want to. That sounds like I got fired. And I would really like to know why. Uh, Either way,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not really important to the story as a whole, but it's a shame because I was really looking forward to seeing what she could do with Ghostwire Tokyo, and she seemed like a really cool chick. Yeah, it's just a shame.
Maybe she's looking at starting up her own company.
Maybe her LinkedIn page says she now works freelance,
Yeah.
uh, which I suppose makes sense. She's out looking for work. I don't know. Just the thing I was thinking, it screams of I don't know, like creative differences or something.
Yeah. It looking at some of the stuff into it myself, and it's just like really briefly just now. It does look like one of those. Yeah. There's clearly a situation's happened that's made the work untenable for them to continue together.
Yeah,
So it's rather than gardening leave, they've just decided, you know what? I think there's no more that there's nothing new to we can add to this game for your input.
yeah,
Thanks for everything you've done. Golden handshake. Let's part ways nicely.
yeah. I would guess she is picked up by another company pretty quick, just because her artwork is badass.
I'll imagine she'll end up at one of the many Sony studios, or the way that Microsoft are buying everything right now.
Yeah, man. Send her a Ninja Theory. Let her work on the next Hellblade or something. That'd be amazing.
Gia,
What the fuck is on my TV?
the I don't know. I can't remember what was the last time you mentioned your TV.
Sorry. What
Bake
the
Off.
fuck?
Are you watching Bake Off again?
No, no. So I've said this before. So I just kind of have the TV on. Obviously it's muted. I'm not that rude. But it's just on because I don't like this room with no TV on. And I kind of looked up from the computer and there was 3 dancing panda bears on leaves on a river.
Okay.
I bet you can't guess what they're advertising.
Toilet paper.
They were doing kind of slow like Tai Chi dancing.
Toilet paper.
No, you're not a million miles off though.
Oh, okay. Because my next guess would have been chewing gum.
No, you're getting colder. They were advertising Sudocreme,
Oh,
which is cream for nappy rash
yeah.
and just rashes in general.
Just in general, just when
But
you're bored, just slather yourself in it,
Yeah, why not?
and then go sliding down a laminate floor.
Exactly. Up and down my hallway. Whee!
Pretend to be a snail.
So yeah, that's my evening. There was dancing panda bears on the TV.
Right.
What were we talking about? Oh, we were talking about yeah,
Ghostwire.
Ghostwire. I mean, obviously we don't know. We know fuck all about Ghostwire so far. Outside of that trailer we saw at E3, we know fuck all. Not got even a ish release date. Don't know what machines it's coming out on. Don't know fuck all. So what her
Yeah.
leaving does to the game,
I
don't know.
don't imagine it's going to change much. The game's probably in a position where the majority of the plan is in place. Everyone knows the direction they're going in. Changing the director kind of does nothing unless they want to do large scale changes just because they want to fuck it. But no one person is bigger than the company. Doesn't matter how close you
No,
are to being David Jaffe.
no, of course not. Or Shinji Mikami.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, it's a shame, but I don't suppose she'll be out of a job for long, and I don't suppose they're so far into Ghostwire that it would mean an awful lot to players. We won't know the difference.
No.
So we shall, we shall see. Yeah. What other news was there? Uh, we
I don't know.
already, we have two other bits to talk about. So we have EA and we have Gears. Which one do you want to talk about?
Let's go with Gears.
Okay. So Gears 5 uh, has beaten. So the subline I'm reading here says Fortnite has lost the crown as the most popular video game at the moment, as Microsoft's new Gears of War game surges in popularity.
Yeah, it did.
So Fortnite is, the the most played game ever, all the time, just forever.
Yep, pretty
Fortnite
much.
is always being played and will never not be being played.
It is
Ex-
someone is always playing Fortnite somewhere in every house. Even
except
if no one in the house owns Fortnite, it's
yeah,
still on somehow in the corner.
except this weekend when no one played Fortnite and everyone went on to play Gears 5.
Basically, because Gears 5 was essentially free.
Yes. Yes. Yeah, we said this before we started recording, didn't we? So Gears 5 obviously because it's on Game Pass Ultimate or whatever it's called. If you've got Game Pass Ultimate, you get Gears of War or Gears
Ultimate.
5. Sorry,
You get Gears Ultimate version.
you do get the Ultimate version. You get it early, so its actual release date was yesterday, Tuesday. But Gears Ultimate was available. If you bought Gears Ultimate or you bought Game Pass Ultimate and played Gears, it was available on Friday. So I walked into Game on Friday, and it was possible for me to buy Gears Ultimate Edition, but not the standard one, because the standard one that didn't come out until Tuesday.
Yeah.
It's a fucking. It's just the release date's Tuesday. It's not an early release date. The release date's Tuesday. You just pay a premium if you want it on Friday.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't. I hate it when people try to advertise things as better than what they
Yeah,
are.
I'm
It's
not a
literally
fan.
just be honest. Its release date was Tuesday, and pay more to get it a couple of days early.
Yeah, I'm not a fan
Not
of
even a
that.
couple of days early. Just like it's almost like a fucking classic run-of-the-mill beta test these days.
Yeah,
Here you
I
go, run a beta test of a game that's
yeah.
technically just a demo.
I do. I'm not a fan of that model. I haven't been a fan of that model for a long time. Access or Origin have done it for a while. They did it with. Oh my God, what was the BioWare game? Anthem.
Oh God.
So Anthem had a weird fucking release model. If you had like Origin Ultimate, you could play the full version of Anthem a week early. If you had standard Origin, you could play the standard version of Anthem a week early. And if you didn't have any of those, you had to be a peasant and wait for the actual release day. So you pay your £50 game, but if you want to play your £50 game with everybody else, you also have to pay your £50 subscription. I'm not a fan. Doesn't mean I didn't take advantage and play Gears on Friday, because I fucking did, but I'm not a fan. But because Gears 5 was essentially given out to everybody that owns an Xbox for free, everybody was playing it on Friday and or over the weekend, and Fortnite just it took a hit. No one was playing Fortnite, like not a single person, which is obviously bollocks because loads of people still played it.
Oh yeah.
Uh, good for Microsoft. It is my opinion.
Yeah,
Yes, it
well,
was free
it was free.
ish.
It
It's
was
part of a
kind of
subscription
just
that if half the people that played it keep their subscription for 6 months, Microsoft have made their money back, no worries. And I'll be leaving my Game Pass Ultimate subscription going because it's fucking Game Pass. I'm never not using it unless I'm playing Hitman. I'm never not using it.
it's true.
uh,
But the fact that Game Pass is sitting there on as my Xbox Live subscription, to be honest, most of the games I've played in the last 4 months since E3 and Game Pass Ultimate happened have
yeah,
been Game Pass titles mostly. It's like there's been like one or two games that hasn't been where I've like rented them myself, but
yeah, yeah. There's going to be a couple that I buy between now and the end of the year. I don't know. Call of Duty, I may buy if I can find it cheap somewhere or cheaper. If I can find it for 20 quid, that'd be lovely. But you know, I'll take not retail. I think that's it. Oh, and Doom. I'll be buying fucking Doom because it's Doom.
fuck doing.
No. Uh, but yeah, everything else will be Game Pass or renting. But Game Pass, I think, is fucking amazing. I I I've installed and played so many games from it, even games that I own. I don't need to put the disc in because Game Pass. Why the fuck wouldn't you? I saw Sniper Elite 4 is currently on Game Pass. And I really, really want to play Sniper Elite 4. Mainly because I listened to the Last Save Loaded boys who have been playing it for weeks in co-op together. And it sounds like a fucking blast. So I really want to get it installed, and I really want you to get it installed so you and I can play Sniper Elite 4.
You know what? I probably already have it installed, but as it's on Game Pass, I will just fire up the Game Pass app on my phone and just ping it to download.
Yeah. Yeah, but obviously that's after I was saying, was it today we were talking? Yeah.
Probably.
I've been struggling to play any fucking games, and like Gears came out. I was like, I must play Gears, must play Gears. So I still want to finish. I was supposed to finish Until Dawn 2 weeks ago, so I could play Man of Medan when it came out. And Man of Medan is still sitting on my shelf. I bought it, paid actual fucking money for it. It's been sitting on my shelf for a week, but the cellophane's still on because I've been too busy playing Gears. For fuck's sake! There. Good on Microsoft. Knock Fortnite on its ass just for a couple of days.
Yeah, it did.
It's it's more than any other game's managed to do. Next weekend, Fortnite can have its crown back because, of course, it will take it. But there'll still be people playing Gears.
Fortnite will probably still have its crown because I think the only games launching are Borderlands this week.
Yeah,
I think Borderlands is Thursday. And Borderlands, despite being multi-platform and crossplay,
how's it got crossplay on it?
I believe it's crossplay.
Nice.
Don't quote me on that, but I believe it is. I think and then after that week, I think it's FIFA the following week, and then nothing for a little while again.
See, I'm literally basing these guesses on the fact that I won't be playing either of those games, but I will be playing Gears.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, pretty. So
Are you
yeah,
gonna-
Sniper
gonna be
Elite's
playing-
downloading now.
Nice. Are you going to be playing Borderlands when it comes out? You
Uh,
bought Borderlands, haven't you?
Yeah, I've bought Borderlands, so assuming that Lee can find himself some time to play Borderlands, I might consider playing Borderlands with him.
Bless him. I've been taking all his time playing fucking Gears this last few days. It's been great.
Well, I mean, to be fair, I've not been around to play it myself. Mate, Gears is so fucking big. I started to download on Friday with Northern Yorkshire internet. Do you know when it finished downloading?
When you got back to Milton Keynes and you actually
No.
found the internet?
Monday morning.
Fuck's sake.
I mean, the only reason it
Didn't
hadn't
I-
downloaded faster was because my laptop turned itself off after 5 hours of me not touching it.
Nice.
So, or rather, it put itself to sleep, and then because it went to sleep, the network card turned off, and then it just like download stopped.
Excellent.
So yeah, started the download on Friday, and then I think it was like at the end of Friday, it was 20% complete.
Just perfect.
Yeah, so yeah, it was not downloading fast.
No.
And then Football Manager needed an update that was 1.5 gigs. So I was like, I'm gonna fucking pause Gears. I'm gonna download the Football Manager update because I can at least fucking play that.
Amazing.
I think I also downloaded Portal Bridge Constructor because it's a small game.
It
Just
is a
so I,
small game, yeah.
just so I had something to do, and then found out that Portal Bridge Constructor follows the same save, so it's cross save to the Xbox.
Oh, nice.
So it was like, oh yes, great. I've got slightly better control over the pieces that I'm putting down because I've got mouse control. No, I still couldn't fucking build the bridge on the mission that I was doing.
I need to buy that game and put it on my iPad. It's a perfect fucking iPad game.
I thought it was gonna be a perfect fucking PC game because of the mouse control, but yeah, fuck that. Even with the fucking mouse, sometimes you just can't get fucking decent control over what it is you're trying to move.
No, no. I did enjoy Bridge Constructor. But yeah, it is a tough one. What other new? So you were EA. Let's talk about
Yep.
EA. What were we going to talk about EA? Oh,
EA
they've got
Cloud Atlas.
Cloud Atlas. Yeah, EA Project Atlas,
Yep, Project Atlas,
which is
their
their.
cloud gaming
Do
future.
we do we know anything about this thing?
Um,
I remember saying we need to talk about it, but I can't remember why. Which makes me a terrible fucking
there's
host.
over 1,000 EA employees working and building every day on Project Atlas, apparently.
Okay. Oh, it's gone into beta, hasn't it?
Yeah, or something like that.
Can I get onto the beta?
No,
Can I not?
no,
Oh.
well, I'm just saying you can't.
Oh. Oh yeah. So yeah, that's right. So EA's Project Atlas game streaming service. So Stadia
Pretty
or
much.
Uplay Plus
Or xCloud.
or xCloud.
Sorry, xCloud. Fucking hell.
xCloud. Yeah. So there's a community playtesting beta running at the moment. I think it started yesterday. I don't know how long it goes on for, but it's only got 4 games on it. So it's got FIFA 19, Need for Speed Rivals, Titanfall 2, and Unravel.
Wow.
Well, I mean that's quite a good mix of.
Well,
So
yeah.
FIFA 19 has got a bit of everything. It's got single player, it's got multiplayer, it's got a bit of everything. Need for Speed Rivals is just it's a good test because you need that high, steady frame rate. So it's a good test for a cloud streaming service. Titanfall 2 is the same. You need high frame rate, but also it's got proper multiplayer, so you can see how servers are going to play with multiple people on it. Unravel, I don't know why not. It's Unravel.
Unravel because it's what kind of to co-op, or is it
Uh,
Unravel
Unravel
2,
2
isn't it?
is co-op. Unravel 1
Yeah.
isn't. I don't
But
think.
it does require a little bit of finesse.
Yes, it does.
So yeah, that's probably a decent use for a cloud-based game because it's going to require quite low ping in order to
Yeah,
get that kind of finesse that you need to get around as a platformer,
yeah.
especially in the later levels. Because
So
there's nothing more infuriating than pressing the button slightly too late and
yeah.
missing what it is that you're trying to do.
Oh no, pressing the button just in time, but the lag meaning that actually it was too late.
Yeah, that's probably more infuriating.
uh,
I suppose you'd get used to it after a while.
yeah, you do kind of you learn to compensate, I suppose, but you really shouldn't have to, should you?
No, but I suppose it's almost no different to just in general.
That's like back in the day going from playing NTSC games to PAL games when they go horrendously slow. Uh, what do you think? Are you looking forward to the cloud era for these games, like xCloud and
Okay,
EA Atlas and
I'm looking
Uplay?
forward to the cloud era.
Yeah,
because to me it's just another stage where we can have higher power just as
Yeah,
a whole without needing to spend an absolute fortune in order to attain it,
that's
personally.
that's the thing that interests me is I haven't got to spend a small fucking fortune on games not on games, sorry, on rigs, on massive computer systems. I can
Yeah.
just connect in like Stadia. I'm quite I'm looking forward to playing games on Stadia. Uh, I got an email today actually, my invite to my Uplay Plus trial,
Ooh.
which I was like, oh, what's this? So I looked, I was like, oh, it's fucking console only, not console, it's a PC only, isn't it? Well, I don't
Yeah.
play fucking PC games. What use
Yeah.
is this?
So the excitement's there because think about it, basic terms. Build yourself a decent spec PC right now, brand new. You don't own a single part. You just right from scratch. We're
Yeah,
talking 1,500, 3 grand.
yeah, that's yeah for a top end, well,
Yeah.
mid range to top end something.
Mid-range, top end, essentially future-proofing yourself for the next couple of years
Yeah,
of games. And then try and scale that to let's buy a brand new games console. We're talking how expensive was the Scorpio? Like 400, 500 quid?
yep,
So it's a third of the price for a console
yeah,
to building yourself a brand new PC. But scale that to the next level of what gaming is going to be in terms of power and just sheer grunt. And that's
yeah,
only going to last for God knows, like the tiniest amount of time
yep,
before we need to move on to the next bit, and then the next stage, and then the next stage. Once that cost is entirely put under the creators of the system, and it's just a case of let's, in layman's terms, add slightly more RAM to the virtual server farm,
yeah,
or let's spin up another server farm, or just in general, just other small things that they can go and do on their end to make things easier.
yep.
One massive downside that I can think of, and it's going to be the same thing now as what it is doing to the well, just film and TV industry.
Go on then.
Every fucking company is going to come out of the woodworks with their own cloud system, and only you can only access their cloud system if you pay a subscription model, and the only way you can play their games from this publisher is by paying for their subscription service.
Yep, yeah. Oh,
So
that's
at one
absolutely
point it'll
coming.
be you need to have Xbox Live or Game Pass Ultimate or PSN to play the Sony and or Microsoft cloud to
Yep,
play their exclusive titles and the stuff that they make as first party. And then on top of that, you then need to start paying EA for Cloud Atlas, Ubisoft for their Uplay stuff, Bethesda when they decide to introduce their one, uh, Epic Game Store
yeah.
on top of that one. It's it's gonna become a little bit untenable.
Yeah, and you're right. But this is where it's going to head, and I think this is a problem. I think as long as when I subscribe, I'm not locked into a year subscription, or if it's a year subscription, it's like EA Access, which is like 20 quid.
Yeah,
That I'm quite happy with. I will do that.
20,
Uh,
20 pounds a year, or being able to spend £4 for like 3 months,
yeah,
or just like a fiver at most per month.
yeah. Because the problem with most TV subscriptions is you're locked into like a year subscription when you first do it. It's like a fucking gym membership. Because they know you're
Yeah.
not going to use it after a month, but you're still paying for the next 11 months. It's like you're fine for being a fat bastard. Uh, I would quite happily have these subscription services running if I can just go, this month I want to play everything Ubisoft play.
Yeah.
Or it's October, all the games are out, I'm going to fork out 60 quid, get a month subscription for everything, and play all the games. But if I have to do that and then I'm locked into 60 quid a month for the next 12 months, I'm not playing that game.
Yeah.
Uh,
It'll get. I'm.
as long as it doesn't kill physical sales, as long as it doesn't kill my ability to rent games if I don't want to fucking subscribe. I don't mind, but I would much prefer all of these fall under a nice, I don't know, 15, 20 quid a month umbrella, and I can get access to all of them.
It depends entirely on what kind of model we're looking at. If we're going to have a gaming system,
Yeah,
like Stadia is entirely the cloud-based stuff, or the classic on live.
yeah,
You then you're paying either a subscription fee, but if it's the opportunity to at the same time own games, for lack of a better word,
yeah,
where you can buy a game and you can still play it without the subscription.
yeah,
So you've got the option to go, you know what, I want to play this game, and you can still use the cloud based. It's still cloud based because otherwise you can't play it, but you don't need to pay the subscription every month or every year to keep playing the one game that you want to keep playing
yeah,
because you bought that game.
yeah,
So that would be a fine scenario. Or let's say there's going to be the physical element where it's you buy a disc, plug it into your machine, and it's essentially an unlock code.
yep,
I think that's what the Wii U had, I
yeah,
think. The discs had an unlock, and I think that's one of the reasons to why it was so easily hacked was because the unlock was the same on all discs, whereas
nice,
the digital download had a unique unlock code per account and purchase.
lovely,
So people were just giving out the unlock codes
yeah,
essentially that was just like universal to discs, and then people just downloading pirated versions of games, then using the disc unlock
excellent,
file and just being like, yeah, it's legitimate. And Nintendo couldn't really do anything about it,
no.
and then wonder why the Wii U failed so miserably.
But it's like the fucking cost of this, though. So I'm looking at this Uplay Plus email that I've got. It says no commitment, cancel anytime, only $12.99 a month after September. 13 quid a month. Okay, I see what you get. You get all 100 plus PC games, all new releases, early access, and you
And
get
it's
the
the full the top end game
yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
you get the super duper deluxe editions for any game, any new games that you get to play. But so I'm like that plus my so I can't play that in 4K without Stadia Pro, which is a tenner a month.
Hmm.
So now just to play Ubisoft games, I'm paying 23 quid a month.
Yep,
I do like Ubisoft games,
not that much.
not that much. Uh, maybe I'm pretty sure I'm not the target for this. I've said this before as well. I'm almost certainly not the target for it. But yeah, it's a lot of money, and it will be for me. I think even when I get my Stadia, because the Chromecast that it comes with has other uses, is the biggest reason why I'm happy to spend the money. But yeah, I will. I will be buying subscriptions, on a month by month basis when there's games I want to play. Oh look, new Ghost Recon out. Yeah, I'll get a month subscription for it.
Although if the month subscription's 12 quid just to play Ghost Recon for a month, or in the case of playing The Division,
Yeah.
or The Division 2 in your case, when you were renting it for God knows how long
Well,
before.
this is it. So I
It's
ended
like
up buying it
renting it
for
from release.
yeah. I ended up buying it for 18 quid from the rental company just so I could get it off my rental list because it was costing me 12 quid a month to rent it, and I owned it for 3 months.
That's why it become a. You know exactly when it is that you're going to play with me and leave because it's like, oh yeah, do you want to play The Division this weekend? Okay, sure. Then you get your fucking month download. We
Yeah,
play it that weekend, and then we try and play it again some more times in the next month. And then when we go, you know what? I don't think we're going to be able to get any time to play it. Then you don't renew your month
yeah,
until the next time you get around to playing it, unless there's other Ubisoft games you end up playing. But
yeah,
yeah, a 12 quid or 13 quid, whatever it is, for a month, put out to an entire year, that's fucking expensive.
yes,
Especially when there's not games coming out every month from
yeah.
Ubisoft. As many games as Ubisoft put out, it's not one a month.
No,
And annoyingly, some months it's like 3 games.
yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah.
yeah. But speaking of Stadia,
Yeah, go on.
so the other thing I got is I got an email from one of the companies that does a lot of mods and forum stuff for Football Manager.
Yeah,
Mods probably isn't the right word. They they are technically mods, but it's just ways of adapting Football Manager to increase the licenses on it because they've got additional files, or you can add more nations, more teams, actual licensing to things, just change the kits in general,
yeah.
add player faces and stuff to the images. But they sent out an email talking about Stadia, the Stadia version specifically of Football Manager 20 when it goes live in November.
Yeah.
So it's going to be on Football Managers on Stadia, as we know. It was part of the launch for Stadia as they're showing off Football Manager. However, it's completely 24/7 due to Stadia's Chrome extension.
Yeah.
So you can play Football Manager 20 through the Chrome web app on any device that has Chrome installed to it, basically.
Nice.
So you, even on tablets, despite the fact that it'd be severely diminished because the tablet Chrome isn't the full Chrome, obviously. But anyway, you've got access to Chrome and you can sign into it, you would have access to the Football Manager VM essentially through the internet. And because it's a VM, you can play with the most ridiculous of databases on
Yeah.
the highest possible graphic settings, and it does nothing to your machine because it's all on their end.
And because it's all Google,
Yeah,
you're unlikely to work in a place where it's blocked.
pretty much.
You're not going to get anything done in November, are you?
Well, that's the thing is that in this email it said that you can play essentially you can play anywhere that you've got access to the internet. So you can be playing it on the fucking bus or
Yeah.
train to work or school and play it at work or at school
Yeah.
and then and literally just carry on your save because it's entirely cloud based.
Yep.
So it would be the most 24/7 game you could possibly have because Football Manager has had cloud saves for a little while, so you can just sign into your account
Yeah.
with whatever, two-factor authentication you've got. Play Football Manager, cloud save, download it, play it, and it still takes a bit of time because the saving and loading stuff isn't exactly fast because saving and loading on the internet of a pretty large file versus the fact that on the cloud stuff you're literally just going to launch the game anytime you want.
Nice.
Be interested to see what the Stadia version is going to have in terms of like how much changes you can make to the data files, if you can change kits and badges, team names and such through license files and other mods files, but because Game Pass doesn't allow it.
Yeah.
Like at all. Game Pass doesn't allow mods because Xbox doesn't allow mods.
Yeah. Which is a shame.
So, yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to playing Football Manager on Chrome at any time I want. Not at work, obviously.
No. No, because we'd never do that.
No, I would probably not do it at work just in general because that would be fucking weird.
It really would. And also, yeah, for Football Manager, work would definitely not, yeah, work would definitely take a back seat.
Yeah, I don't know. The number of times I've had Football Manager on in the background while playing other games, I think I could do it at work. Do my job casually, and then also click a few times on Football Manager. But no, that would be awful.
Could I? Yeah. Well, I can imagine. Can you imagine if we were still working at the school? It would have to be fucking blocked, wouldn't it? There would definitely be kids playing fucking Assassin's Creed and shit during the day.
To be fair, they were doing that anyway,
Yeah.
just because they kept fucking finding different websites that would have games on.
Yeah.
And then it got to a point where I literally just blocked games just in general.
Yep.
and then teachers complained because they couldn't put them on those fucking cool math games or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh dear.
It's like they should be fucking learning. Teach the fucking kids
Yeah.
properly.
Oh yes. Yeah.
Oh well. But that's that. Stadia. It's going to be great. I can't actually. Honestly, I can't wait to get my Stadia.
I'm quite looking forward to it. Hoping I can afford it when it actually comes out. Let's hope I don't spend too
Pa-
much money at EGX.
Part of me hopes that I've already paid for it up front. I
Uh,
can't remember if it was paid
I,
for on
I
pre-order.
I don't think I got the option. I think mine was just paid via PayPal, so I did that.
Yeah, I think that's what I meant. I did is that I paid via PayPal, and I'm hoping that it charged my PayPal account there and then, as opposed to waiting for its launch, like most things do.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, you pre-ordered it. We're not going to charge you for it until we send it though, and then of course you end up paying for it when you've got no fucking money because it always comes out like 6 days after payday.
Yep. Oh, mate, you don't have to tell me. Blu-rays all the time get me. I I now have to keep an eye on my Blu-ray pre-orders list so I know what's coming on when. Because I forget that they're happening. And I looked last week. So on Monday, John Wick 3 comes out. That's costing me 40 quid.
Nice.
The Monday after that, John Wick 1 and 2 4K steelbooks come out. They're costing me 26 quid each.
Jesus.
It gets worse. The Monday after that, the Rocket Man steelbook comes out. That costs me 30 quid. I'm looking going, where the fuck am I getting all this? How did I plan this so badly? Next week, a Kickstarter that I have pledged towards ends for
Nice.
a Blu-ray copy of a film that was on at Fright Fest. So I supported it because I really liked it, and you know I like to support indie horror movies. Uh, that's another 29 quid. Oh, for fuck's sake! So yeah, I'm going to be poor in a couple of weeks, like dirt poor. And then I've got to go EGX, so it's all good. But yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We've got expensive hobbies.
yes, we do.
And we don't. It's not like we even leave the house that often.
Yeah, oh, mate, the hobby that gets me out the house is just as expensive. I'm telling you. Try being a fucking runner. I had to buy a new
Yeah.
pair of trainers last week or 2 weeks ago. 105 quid.
Nah, I'm alright, mate. To be
I've got
honest, I actually need to buy a new pair of trainers just because I've worn the soles out on my Skechers just at work.
yeah. Oh, my
And
work sketches are all right at the moment. I I've got another pair of sketches that I adore and are falling apart, but I don't want to get rid of them because they're so fucking comfortable, and I also can't afford to replace. But every run I sign up for costs me between 28 and 35 quid, and I've got two now between now and the end of the year, and they'll be my third and fourth. So yeah, my running is just as expensive. Bought a vest to run in as well, like a weighted vest. So on my very very short runs, I run in a 10 kilo weighted vest, and that thing cost me 80 quid. It, yeah, I need a lottery win, like
yeah,
like
that'd be
like
nice.
badly. Need a lottery win. Anyways, uh, mate, what have you been playing?
So I've I see. I'm actually going to start this because it. I was going to just say that I played Gears this weekend on the grounds that well, that's what actually kind of I played a little bit of Gears this weekend, stroke just very much yesterday. However, when I was on the Game Pass app going to download Sniper Elite, I realized that I actually played another different game, just like randomly, just found it because it was 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 one of the Microsoft rewards quests
Yeah.
was to download a specific game and
Okay.
get an achievement on it, or get a couple of achievements on it.
Yeah.
So I did, and that game was one of the Hunter games.
I don't know what that is. Is that Call of the Wild?
I think so, yeah. So I'm just trying to find it now. It was, yeah, the Hunter Call of the Wild. Mate, it is not a good game.
No. No, I don't suppose it is. Everything I've seen about it, it looks like utter fucking garbage.
It, yeah, honestly, just, it is fucking terrible. And I don't understand. I actually saw a review for it, and it said this is the best hunting game ever released. And I'm just when I was playing the game, I was just thinking, um, this if this is the best hunting game ever,
Surely you can just buy Red Dead Redemption 2 and do nothing but hunting in that.
yeah, the Red Dead Redemption 2 hunting is so much better.
Yeah.
Just everything about this game was just the, to start with, the tutorial for it is pretty poor. You just like walking along, and it says use your hunter sense to track an animal and follow the tracks. And then you follow the tracks for a little while. You shoot the animal, thinking, "Oh yeah, you know what's going to kill it? Right in the face. You know
Yeah.
what it doesn't do? Kill it."
Yeah.
I shot a deer in the face, and it just ran away.
Hmm.
So then I go a bit further along. This tutorial little menu in the corner comes along and says, "To get a clean kill, aim for a vital organ." As if the brain wasn't a vital organ, but it says like the heart or lungs. So I was just thinking, okay, that's pretty easy. Just aim for where the heart and the lungs are on the deer. And I go looking at the deer, and I'm like, where is a deer's heart and lungs?
Okay.
Surely, and just thinking to myself, surely they're in a pretty obvious location, like here. So I shot there, and it didn't die.
Excellent.
And then I got an achievement for following a set of tracks for like certain amount of distance. And then I got another achievement for following so many different types of tracks. And then I finally got an achievement for walking a mile.
Okay.
This is how long I'd been playing the game. I still hadn't killed a single animal
Nice.
because the two that I'd shot apparently survived the shots that I shot at them. So yeah, it was. At which point I realized I've got the three achievements I need to no longer play this game and complete the Microsoft Rewards quest. So yeah, that was my experience of the best hunting game made so far.
Well. Well. I mean, it's like the second time I mentioned him in this podcast, but Colin from Last Save Loaded, he plays Call of the Wild, and every time he talks about it, I'm like, nah, sounds wank.
Yeah,
But
really, I'm really sorry, Colin. I didn't realize that you were such a massive fan of these games, but they are not good.
I
You
don't know if
should
he's
be
a massive
ashamed.
fan. I just know he plays with. I think he plays with Dave from the 60 Minutes With podcast. Uh, I don't know if he's a massive fan, but Colin plays a bit of everything, so
Yeah.
I don't know.
If you like these games, your opinion is bad and you should feel bad.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Gears then.
Years then.
Let's talk about Gears. Have you played some Gears, mate?
I've played a little bit of Gears. I really enjoy. From what I've played, I'm only Act One, like Chapter 3, so it's not even
Yeah.
like at all far.
No, so
But
I'm.
at the same time, I not finished Gears 1,
Oh, that's a shame.
2, 3, Judgment, or 4, and I've probably only played small amounts of 1. I've done the final mission of 2, but not played any of the rest of it. I've actually played a pretty decent amount of 3.
Okay.
I know when I've got roughly a bit further than um, my main character
The,
deciding
the,
that
the bit that got
drive,
me
yeah,
banned from the Xbox 360 forums.
driving into a petrol station's a good idea.
Yeah. Uh,
Not touch Judgment at all, and I played 4's multiplayer with some friends briefly.
Okay.
but not the story.
See, this is why I fucking needed Lee to come on when I offered him the spot for the evening because I know
Yeah,
he's played them all. Uh, okay, I mean, I will preface this by saying there will be fucking spoilers for Gears 1, 2, 3, 4, and Judgment from here on in. We're talking about
cool.
the fifth game of the fucking series. If you don't want to hear spoilers about the game, just turn it off. And honestly, go play the fucking games because I don't play Judgment. But the rest of them are good. No, the rest of them are great. I love Gears 1. So Gears 1 is the reason I bought an Xbox. Or bought an Xbox 360. Because we were on Gears 3. And I went, why haven't I played these fucking games? And everybody will say to me, you're missing out, you must play these games. So I bought a 360. I bought Gears 1, 2, and 3. And I blasted through all three of them in a weekend. I fucking love those games. I think they're amazing. And there's a couple of surprises in it. Gears 1, about two-thirds of the way through, gets really dark, really atmospheric, and has some proper horror tones about it. Which, I'll be honest, I did not expect. I didn't see it coming, and I shat a brick at one point, and I loved it. It's horror's my bag. This is not uncommon knowledge. So, accidentally falling into a bit of a game that was a horror game, I thought was great. Uh, Gears 2 and 3 genuinely left a lump in my throat at those certain parts. So the part with Maria, which was Dom, yeah, Dom's wife, who, yeah, he's kind of pining for, and then you find her dead,
Oh,
which was really quite sad. And then you get Dom sacrifices himself to save everybody else in Gears 3, which also left a bit of a lump. These are things you don't expect in a game that when you look at the front cover, it just looks like boxes of meat shooting each other. Uh, Gears Judgment, I'm not a fan. I was quite bored. Baird is the main character, so he's one of the side characters from the other games.
Baird is
Uh,
awesome.
I love Baird. Baird can't rescue Gears Judgment. Uh, Gears 4, I said this to Lee the other day when we were playing 5 together. I said, I played Gears 4 start to finish, really enjoyed it, spent money on it. I bought Gears 4. Uh, but if somebody asked me what happens, my honest response is, I do not know until I meet Marcus. Marcus Phoenix is not in. So Marcus Phoenix, for those that don't know, if you don't fucking know, what the hell, but he's the main character in Gears 1 to 3. And he is an amazing main character. He's funny, he's gruff. It's basically like playing Arnold Schwarzenegger crammed into Sylvester Stallone. Yeah, I love Marcus. I think he's great. But you play as his son in Gears 4, and his son is about as interesting as a bag of old knickers. I don't like him at all. He is just so boring. Uh, but you meet Marcus about halfway through the game, and then it starts getting fun because you get a decent character with some decent dialogue, and story happens. But until that, well, actually up to and including that point, you're basically just shooting robots that are coming after you because you're a rebel. And I'll be brutally honest, I confused the first few parts or the first few hours of Gears 4 with most of Black Ops 3. They're the exact same game. Walking through very pretty environments, just shooting robots. And getting quite bored for the most part. Gears 4 does pick up a lot towards the second half. And I really did enjoy the last half of Gears 4, but it was very much in need of improvement. Gears 5 is a massive fucking improvement. Gears 5, yeah, I was kind of expecting it to be a bit bland, the same as the beginning of 4 was. It ain't bland at all. And I'm the same as you. I've not played much. I'm about to start the last chapter of the second act of 4 acts, so I suppose I'm about to hit the halfway mark. So I don't I'm not going to spoil anything because that would be really cuntish of me. But yeah, I also haven't finished it, so I will definitely give a bit more of a few more thoughts about it in the next episode. But mate, it is fucking gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. I don't know what it looks like on your laptop because you're playing on PC, aren't you?
Yeah.
But on the Xbox, it is absolutely stunning. Like, did you ever watch those, the rendering videos whenever they announce a new Unreal Engine?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And they show, the light does this, and the shadows do this, and it just kind of pans through all these environments that all look like they've been plucked out of Gears of War. That the entire game so far just looks like those. It's absolutely beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. And you're playing as interesting characters, or at least with interesting characters. Marcus Phoenix is there from the start, so I ain't got to sit and worry about boring ass JD, which is his son. The main character, or your main protagonist, yeah, she's kind of cool. I like that we've come away from JD, and I've forgotten her name. Kara?
Kate.
Kate. I don't know where I got Kara from. But
Because they both begin with K.
Yeah, but she's really fucking cool. She has an underlying story that I'm looking forward to unpicking as the next, I don't know, 6 or 8 hours, I suppose. I reckon it's probably going to be about a 12-hour game. So the next 6 or 8 hours, yeah, will show. It's got horror. No, not horror. It's not horror, but it's got that dark atmosphere back in one of the areas. It's got that same feeling that you had in Gears 1, where you're walking like it's dark and you know something's coming, and when it does, you know you're going to jump. And the atmosphere is there in one part, which I'm really happy with. I don't really know what else I can say without spoiling stuff. Oh, I'll tell you what we'll talk about really briefly. So Chapter 2 is, Act 2 is all based in the snow.
Yay.
Yeah. Now I'm a fucking sucker for a good snow environment, and it looks lovely.
But snow is a good use of graphics capability.
Yeah.
Because lots and lots of fucking white
Yeah.
is really fucking hard on
Lots.
your console.
Yeah. Lots of artifacts, lots of things going on. But what really blew me away, and I didn't notice it for the first half an hour or so I was walking around this environment. So you kind of, as you do, you go into an area and you do a load of things. And so you kind of have this skiff thing. So it's basically a giant ski with a sail on it, and you basically windsurf around this ice and then go into areas and investigate and do stuff and move on and then go to the next one. So you have to walk through all these snowy hills, go do something, and then walk back. When you walk back, all your tracks from your walk in are still there. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I honestly don't think, and lots goes on in the time between me walking through this road and me coming back. So that game has to remember that those are my tracks, and obviously I don't know how it's done. I'm not a game developer, but it is a little bit of detail that I absolutely adored. You can fall through the ice if you walk across water. If you shoot the water, or more importantly, if an enemy shoots the ice, you can fall in the water and insta-death. There's no recovering you from that. So that's fun. But you can use it against the enemy as well. So if you have enemy on the ice, you can just shoot the ice and they fall into the water and done. Makes life a little bit easier when you're stuck in quite hard skirmishes, which I have been on a couple of occasions in Act 2, and I have been severely tempted to turn the difficulty down from normal to easy because holy shit, I was getting my ass handed to me. And if it's that bad at the halfway mark, what the fuck is whatever the final boss turns out to be going to be like? Although if it's anything like Gears 4, it will be nice and easy because you just get a giant mech and blast through everything. But that just felt like a cop-out in 4. I hope they don't do that in 5. Uh, what else? What other thoughts did I have? It's semi-open world.
Really?
So
Yeah, because from what I've played so far, like there's been kind of half feelings of this would be very much an open world game in I want to say in the city that you're
yeah,
in at the start. It's like, oh yeah, this seems like a perfect place for like a hub, and then you walk forward and it's just like, well,
yeah.
typical Gears fashion, linear. We'll skip you into this area where you can
See,
talk to this person.
see, the problem with the linearity of Gears is I quite like it. I like being corridored into places and just move on and shoot, move on and shoot. That's why I play Call of Duty. It's why I play Gears. It's why I play all kinds of games like that. But okay, it's not even semi-open world. It's not quite semi-open world, but there are a lot bigger areas to explore. So you'll walk through areas in the city that you're in Act One, and there's doors open everywhere for you to go and have a look in, and you're kind of encouraged to go look in. You know, there's things to collect. There are collectibles. There are. Uh, have you met Dave, the bot?
Uh,
Have you been to see Baird yet?
yeah, I've been to Tibet. Like,
Okay.
yeah, well, like I said, I've been to like the hub city that felt like it should have been
I was trying to
like an
remember.
actual a hub city
Yeah,
that's not really just like you in a couple of rooms.
I was trying to remember which bit. Obviously, Dave is no longer Dave, and you have Jack instead.
Jack 2. Yeah.
But Jack is quite an important part of your game now. Now he has a skill tree. He's fully upgradable. He has weapons and
I
abilities
just
and
like
all that
the
kind of
ability
shit.
to fetch stuff. That's cool.
The fetch ability is great. Uh,
I ran out of ammo in one firefight and was like, yeah, I can get more ammo. Dave, go.
yep. And he gets some very cool upgrades a little later on as well. So I've just got the upgrade where he cloaks me. So now invisible gears. This is kind of cool. Anyway, the problem is all of these abilities are upgradable. To do that, you need to find components. To do that, you need to go exploring. So you have this nice, big, open world, not quite open world, but massive map where you have to go around looking for components and collectibles and all this shit. But the problem is, the people that have made this game don't know how to deal with that. Because your AI partner is forever telling you to hurry the fuck up. I'm like, what? No! Just no! I'm busy! I'm looking around for stuff. And if I don't collect all this shit, it's gonna hamstring me a little way down the road. And I want to find the little bits that they do as well, like because there's some love gone into these maps. So the map you're on at the moment, so the settlement, when you walk around, so you go and get collectibles and that, and you read all the entries. There is a library, and it doesn't matter. It literally is not a spoiler. It is just a part of the map. It is a building. Nothing happens in that library, but it's
Oh,
there.
I'm so used to things happening in libraries after played Metro.
But if you go in there, you'll kind of walk through the door, and I had to test this. So I've been playing this, or I was playing this Friday for a few hours, and then I started Act Two, and then I went back to the beginning because I went to play with Lee. So I started playing with Lee in Lee's campaign. So I played through it all again. So I got to revisit and check things that I wanted to check. So I first spotted this in my playthrough, and then when I played with Lee, I went to double check and make sure I was right. When you walk into the library, you know you get those kind of beeper things on the side that light up and beep if you're stealing a book. Yeah? No?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, if you're nodding, I can't see you.
You're not wrong.
Uh, so you walk in and you can see they're there, but obviously nothing's happening. You just get little green lights because you're fine. And you can walk in and out as many times as you like, and nothing happens. But if you go into the library and get the collectible, which just happens to be a book, when you walk out, it beeps at you because you've
Oh,
stolen a
that's
book.
nice.
I was like, I fucking love it. It's the little things. I'm looking at it going, that may be the coolest thing I've ever seen. And no one will fucking notice it. But I did. And it was really cool.
You can do it a third time with me if you want at some point in the future.
Shit, yeah, son.
Just go steal some books.
Because the thing is, so co-op now, so co-op in Gears has always been two-player, always.
Yeah.
So you
Three
play,
on this one, isn't it?
it's three. So you play Marcus and someone else plays someone else. But now you can play as your two main characters, and player three gets to play as Jack or Dave, and
Yeah, robot.
it is so much fun. It is really really fun. That's the first time I played with Lee. I was like, I've only got about 20 minutes because that shit happened and I was going out and. But I've got about 20 minutes. There's no point in me jumping in too much. So let me just jump in and be Jack for a bit because I want to see how this works. I just run it, floating around, zapping people and flying through vents and opening the safe and all this shit. It was so cool. I was really impressed. What else was there? I think I think that may be it. I know a lot of people have had some issues. I know a lot of people have had a lot of issues. I've had some issues with Dell. Dell? Yeah. The AI guy. Who, if I get downed, he'll stand right behind me and go, "I'll come get you," and then he'll get stuck on a bit of scenery.
Nice.
So I'll just lay there and die, which is great. But because he's reacted to it, Jack won't come and rescue me. So I just get to die.
Nice. That's brilliant.
But I'm not going to hold that against the game too much because I always find the fucking games with AI companions that are crap. And I don't care if we're talking Gears or Spec Ops or The Last of Us. AI companions suck.
Yeah, they do.
I think that's all I have to say about Gears. I will, for sure, have it finished before the next podcast. So
Yeah. I totally believe you'll have it finished. With a bit of luck, I'll also have it finished by
yeah,
the next episode. But I think because I'm playing it not on console right now, I'm playing it the PC. I can't even say the PC version because it's the same game across
yeah,
both with the whole cross-play stuff.
yeah,
I'm just playing it on PC because why the fuck not? It's reminded me why I stopped playing PC games in the first place because Jesus fucking Christ, trying to remember the location of all of the keys on the keyboard sometimes is just fucking a nightmare.
yeah,
So especially mid combat and when you obviously reload is R,
yep,
but when sending the action button or sending Dave Jack to go get something is E while you're walking forwards, you end up doing the wrong one and fat fingering it. And
awesome.
tagging enemies and getting your AI allies to shoot specific enemies is Q,
Yeah,
and then ZX and C are other things, and I can't remember what the fuck they are. But spacebar is Roadie Run
nice.
and Mantle. So yeah, uh, I think the only real saving grace is the fact that the weapons are on the scroll wheel.
Okay, that's pretty good.
So you can select your weapons off of a list using the scroll wheel of going up and down across the two mains, pistol, side weapon, and grenades.
Nice. I for my two mains, obviously so on Xbox controller, and it always has been for Gears. It's left and right on the D-pad. Excuse me. I haven't got any fucking drink. I didn't make a drink this time, and now I'm dying. Yeah, I have paddles.
Yeah.
I adjust my paddles so my paddles are left and right, so I can run and I can change my weapon without letting go of the joysticks, which is quite handy when you get into a big firefight.
I mean, my mouse has 5 hotkeys,
Bloody hell!
so I will probably yeah, it's got 2 hotkeys on at the top of left click, 2 hotkeys at the bottom of left click that I can hit with my thumb, and a 5th hotkey which is exact location of where my thumb sits.
Yeah,
So I will probably bind some of those when playing Gears in the future, just so I've got a bit better control. So I'll probably have reload set to my thumb.
yeah.
tag enemies on one of the other many hotkeys, and then just in general, just probably bind some of the other hotkeys around on my mouse, but just so I've got slightly easier access to stuff, especially reloading.
Yeah.
If it's with an active reloads game where reloading is pressing a button twice,
Yeah.
essentially.
I do love active reload.
More games should have an active reload feature.
I
Essentially,
absolutely adore it because it's the times when you sit in the middle of a fucking gunfight and you panic and you double tap too quick and you fuck it up, and now when you die it's your fault. It ain't the
yeah,
game. It ain't some cheap shit coming at you because far too many enemies. It's because you fucked up.
yeah,
And you feel like you fucked up as well. And I don't like feeling like I fucked up, but I like that. I like when I go, oh shit, I really shouldn't have done that. Shit, shit, shit.
yeah. Fat fingering the reload is pretty fucking
It
terrifying.
it can be devastating, man.
Well, it's like what? It's like the second mission. You're walking along the fucking underground pipe section. It's like the floor is full of water, and then loads of fucking tiny things come flying at you.
Yeah,
And it's like you're shooting through it, loads of fucking enemies, and then it's like you go to reload, and all of a sudden you fuck up the active reload, and now
yeah,
you're getting fucking swarmed.
yeah. Oh, see with the juvies, those little things. I just fucking melee them. Just run in and knife them. But don't do what I did this evening, which was melee a shitload of juvies coming at me and get so far in the map that I triggered a scion to come from the back, and now I was stuck in the middle of nowhere with no cover and just me and my rifle trying to take out something that's far, far bigger than me.
I don't know what a scion is off the top of my head.
I don't think you would have met any
Oh, no,
yet.
I've definitely met them because I've got level 50 on a horde.
Oh,
So
okay.
I've seen all of the fucking enemies.
Oh, have you come across the Warden?
Yes.
The Warden is the new enemy for Gears 5. And that motherfucker, Jesus Christ, he is a bitch.
Is is the warden?
He's the guy with the two big fucking hammers.
Yes, they're not even like a boss in horde.
No, no, they're wandering the areas
Yeah.
in in the standard game. They're massive.
So I'm trying to think. There's a what's the fucking enemy in Gears 1 that just runs at you, and you kill it by it running into pillars because it's
Oh,
blind.
I know the one you mean.
It's
Yeah, I forgot what it's called, but I know the one you mean.
yeah.
It's
So
the first
it's
time you
yeah
use the Hammer of Dawn, you have to use it on one of them.
yeah. So in horde mode, the level 50 enemy was one of those. Only it's not blind, and it knows exactly where you are and runs at you, and it also shoots you from distance with like giant pins on its back.
Nice,
Its weak point is still its back.
excellent.
It's fucking a nightmare. I think the level 25 or 30 boss was essentially just a massive swarm of what was those weird fucking birds at nighttime in Gears?
Oh, the krill.
Yeah, krill. It's basically a swarm of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, and various other massive enemies.
Have you come across the flock yet in campaign or in
No.
horde, which
Uh,
is which is basically just a swarm, but they're a swarm of leeches.
oh yeah, I think that's actually what I'm talking about, the flock.
Okay,
But
yeah.
yeah,
So
I've come across leeches. Leeches are cunts.
the
Well,
krill are the krill are the ones that come at you in the dark.
yeah. Oh no, it's literally just I said krill because it's basically
Yeah.
all I can
No,
think
no,
about
that's fine. Yeah,
because like my knowledge of gears is very limited, but
yeah.
I know about the krill.
The leeches are the flocks of leeches just ammo dumps. If you got the wrong way, because me and Lee done this. I said to him, if you see a overkill, grab it and keep it because you'll need it for something that's coming. Also, I
Yeah,
didn't want to fucking spoil anything for him. And this fucking thing turned up. And if you don't have this, a decent shotgun or the overkill, which is an awesome shotgun, you're going to be there all day. An assault rifle won't do the trick. I wasted 400 rounds killing this fucking thing when I was on my own. It was just a nightmare. But you get an overkill, you can do it in 10 rounds, easy. Yeah. I'm a big fan of Gears, and I'm genuinely I'm looking for. So tomorrow night I'm going to be back on playing, and yeah, I'm really really looking forward to getting back onto it.
It's a shame there's only three of us because playing Horde mode is going to be fucking a nightmare.
That'll be fine.
It
We'll
was
deal
a
with it.
cunt playing with five people.
Yeah, we can do what we can do.
To be fair, playing with three people you get AIs anyway.
Well, there you go. That's
Because I
fine.
think I think it's five player minimum anyway. So if you play with five people, you get five people. If you
Yeah,
play with less, you get AI.
I want to have a bash at Escape. Escape looks like a lot of fun, but when I was tech testing it, literally all the tech test was multiplayer deathmatch. Well, this isn't. I, don't- you're not selling it to me. I don't care about this. This is just it's multiplayer. It's Gears multiplayer. It's all the same. Show me the new stuff. But obviously, I don't want to do that. Yeah, I think I'm all Gearsed out, mate.
Yeah. I mean, I like what they've done to Horde. I don't know if it was like this on a previous one where they've made it class based.
I haven't played Horde for a while. I don't think it was like that the first couple of games.
So it is class based now. So each character has its own class, and it's there's an engineer class, which means they're the one that can build cheaper
Yeah,
than everyone else, and they can also repair
yeah,
stuff. And then you've got other ones where it's like, oh yeah, use this class if you want to do more offensive weapons, and everyone has a skill trait. But because we're ultimate owners, we have access to Halo Reach characters. There's two of them.
yippee.
Yeah. One of the Halo Reach characters is a melee specialist,
Okay,
so their melee does bonus damage, and their cards that they have access to. One of them is 20% bonus damage to melee plus 30% bleed damage.
yeah,
So you stab an enemy with his knife and they bleed and lose another 30%.
nice.
So it actually works out pretty cool if you get near enough to an enemy where you need to stab them. So although there's a lot of guns in this one that I've never used or seen before because playing Gears before, all I know really about was the Gnasher and the Lancer, and then playing a bit of Gears 3, discovering the Retro Lancer.
Yeah, it says a new one for Gears 4, Gears
The
5, sorry.
Lancer GL.
The grenade launcher Lancer,
Yeah.
and it is fucking bad. I mean, there's no ammo for it anywhere, but the grenades are fucking badass. So I
Yeah.
refuse to put mine down in the hope that I come across an explosives ammo crate because I want the I don't care about the chainsaw, but it is quite cool. Even if you've got no grenades, if you do an execution with it, it will still blow them to shit. It's great.
So one of the characters has an ability. It's like every sixth kill drops an ammo crate. No, no, every sixth headshot kill drops ammo.
That's pretty badass. Although
Yeah.
so things get quite fucking leery in Horde.
Yeah.
There tends to be a lot of spray and pray going on towards the end of a Horde match.
Yeah, I don't think it's consecutive. I think it's literally just every sixth time you kill something with a headshot. So it's permanently counting it.
Nice.
So, but he also runs around with a single shot rifle.
Okay.
Just has his default weapon is like a single shot rifle. I can't remember what it's called, like a Marska or a Markster.
Is that it's not the Ember.
No, the Ember is. I really like the Ember rifle, to be honest. Three shot, essentially a railgun.
Yeah. I've not used
So
it that much.
yeah, it's charge fire type.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm an assault rifle kind of player.
Nah, DMR's all the way.
But yeah. Hopefully by the next time we talk, I'll have been all finished with Gears 5 and played some Horde and played some
And
Escape
and we'll have played together.
and we'll have played together.
And I'll have eventually learned how to sort the controls out on the PC version, I can actually play the PC version.
Well, the best way to fix the controls on the PC version is to plug in your Xbox controller.
Then there's no point playing the PC version because I'll just play the Xbox version with the 4K graphics.
Yeah, true.
I'm playing the PC version because I'm trying to get used to mouse and keyboard support. I want
Yeah,
to play some more cross-play titles using the PC that I've got.
fair enough.
Plus, it being on PC means that I can essentially play it almost anywhere if
Yeah,
the internet allows.
yeah,
But I did the boot camp while I was at my mum's on the PC,
yeah.
and boy, was that fucking difficult trying to play with a touchpad because I thought to take my mouse with me.
Yeah, at that point, it's just not worth trying. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think. Have you played anything else, Max? I think that's me all played out.
No, I'm done as well.
Cool. That just leaves recommendations then, mate.
Yeah, it does.
Come on then, buddy. What are you going to recommend to people?
So I'm going to recommend people who have Game Pass Ultimate to download and play Gears of War 5. It's a game not many people will have heard of.
Is that because it's actually called Gears 5?
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah. Fair enough.
But the PC version, because console scrubs, PC Master Race, something. I don't know.
Yeah, Master Race.
Yeah.
Yeah. Couldn't get your game to download because you're in Northern Territory
But to
on
be
your
fair,
PC.
it would have downloaded a lot slower on my Xbox up there because it was the download's fucking huge on the Xbox.
It is a pretty meaty fucking game. But it does look good for it.
Yeah, 4K texture packs.
It looks gorgeous. It is absolutely amazing, and that's why my recommendation is people with Game Pass Ultimate go play Gears 5 on the fucking Xbox because no one wants to play on PC.
Well, I could play with you on my PC while you're on your Xbox,
Well,
and
true.
and play against people. I think you can limit your matchmaking, but it's only for ranked matches.
Yeah, so you
I
can
think.
limit it. So if I don't want to play against people who have got keyboard and mouse, because keyboard and mouse obviously it does give an advantage. Doesn't matter how fucking good you are with the controller, and I'm not that good.
Yeah,
Uh,
the fact that I could just like find your head and like with the tiniest little movement of my mouse.
yeah,
I will say playing the campaign with a keyboard and mouse did seem a little unfair because a lot of the enemies were getting shot in the head a lot.
yeah,
But in the harder towards the end of playing Horde mode, it really showed where I wasn't used to using keyboard and mouse.
yeah,
And on the other side of it, it really showed that I was not a Gears fan, just in general, because towards the end I was really fucking sucking.
yeah. See, I do like Gears. I've been looking forward to 5 since they announced it last year. And I'm glad I'm finally playing it. To be honest, if there comes a point where I don't have Game Pass anymore, I'll quite happily go out and spend money and buy it just so I can play it because I like Gears. And
Yeah,
I've spent money on all of them. But yeah, that's it, mate.
sounds great.
Yeah. Let's wrap it up. Until next time, buddy. Where can people find you?
So you can find me on Twitter as the John_CU and on Xbox stroke PC Xbox as Long Dong Silver.
And as always, I am on Twitter, where you can find me at Brooker411, and you can find us as Character Unlocked at Facebook and Twitter and Instagram as at Character Unlock.
Yes.
I think that's everything.
Yay.
All right, let's fuck off because I want to edit and go to bed, and I've had Fight Club on my mind for 3 days, and I want to watch Fight Club while I edit.
I have Fight Club in my mind whenever you send me an email.
Why not? Well, it's because I have Fight Club in my signature.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, Fight Club is everywhere. Greatest film ever made, and I will not ever let anybody tell me different. And on that note, time to get off.
Cool.
Say goodnight to the lovely people, John.
Good night to the lovely people, John.
There you go. Good night, lovely people.